Hello, budding doctors of United Kingdom. I'm here with my new video on UCAT quantitative reasoning. So let's look at some of the old UCAT quantitative reasoning questions. So have a look at this question. This is a velocity time graph, and on x-axis, you have the time, and on y-axis, you have the velocity. And the question is, how much greater is the acceleration of car A than the acceleration of car B? So this is car A and this is car B. And the question is, how much greater is the acceleration of car A compared to the acceleration of car B? Now, whenever you have a velocity time graph, the slope of the velocity time graph represents acceleration. It's given here. Acceleration is change in velocity over change in time. So that's the slope. So that's the rise over run. So if I were to take the acceleration for car A, I would have to calculate the slope for this graph. And if you see, the slope of this graph would be rise over run. So the rise is 16 because you see this is the rise. So the rise is 16 and the run is 4. So the slope of the graph is 16 divided by 4, which is 4 meter per second square. And if you look at graph B, if you look at this one, this graph has a zero slope because there is a run, but there is no rise. So 0 over this number would still give you a 0. So this car is moving with a constant velocity. It is not accelerating at all. So we calculated the acceleration of car A as 4 meter per second square and the acceleration of car B as 0. So the question is, how much greater is the acceleration of car A than of car B? The right answer is 4 meter per second square. If you want to see the working, I can share the working with you guys. So have a look at the solution. You have acceleration, which is rate of change of velocity. That is change of velocity over change in time. And whenever you have a velocity time graph, if you have a velocity time graph, the slope of the velocity time graph. So if you have velocity on the y-axis, so this is the time and this is the velocity. And when you have the graph, so the slope of this graph would be acceleration. And the slope is the change in velocity over change in time. So for car A, the slope was 16 divided by 4, which is 4 meter per second square. And for car B, it was a horizontal line, so the acceleration was 0. So the final answer is 4 meter per second square. Option A is the right answer. Okay, so this is option A. Let's look at next question. Now look at this question. Again, this question is based on graphs. You have Linda's score for the first year. So the graph shows Linda's scores in 4 projects in her first year at the university. So the y-axis represents the scores and the x-axis represents her projects. So in project 1, she got 98. In project 2, she got 92. Project 3, 97. And project 4, 89. Now, in the second year at the university, Linda scored 99 points in project 5. The question is, what is the difference between her project 5 score in the second year and her average score in the first year? So the first thing we will do is we'll calculate the average score in the first year. And how do we calculate the average? The average is we just count the number of, we just add all these. So this is 98 plus 92 plus 97 plus 89. And these are 4 numbers. So we divide it by 4. So if you use the calculator, you have 98 plus 92 plus 97 plus 89, and that gives you 376 divided by 4 because we are trying to find the average. So the formula for average is you add all the numbers and divide by the total number of numbers. So when you add all the numbers, you get 376. And how many numbers are here? There are 4 numbers. So you divide it by 4. So divide it by 4 and you get 94. So that's the average. Average is 94. So the average for year 1 is 94. And the question asked is, what is the difference between her project 5 score in second year and her average project score in the first year? So her project 5 score in the second year is 99, and her average score in first year is 94. So 99 minus 94, that will give you 5. So D is the right answer. D, 5 is the right answer. If you wish to look at the solution, have a look at the solution. So you have the average score for the first year. The formula for average is just add all the numbers and divide by the total number of numbers. So you have 98 plus 92 plus 97 plus 89 divided by 4. That gives you 94. And then in the second year, project 5, Linda scored 99. So the difference between her project 5 in second year minus the average score in the first year, that gives you 5. So D is the right answer. All right, let's look at the next question now. Your question number 3, this is about mineral water. So it says mineral water is classified on the basis of the amount of dissolved solid minerals it contains. The chart shows the codes for different levels of TDS, total dissolved salts, and the number of mineral bottles for each code at a store. So you see TDS 1, that's less than 50. So the total dissolved salts are less than 50. There are 52 bottles. TDS 2, greater than or equal to 50, but less than 500. You have 83 bottles. TDS 3, greater than or equal to 500, but less than 1500. That's 37. And TDS 4, greater than or equal to 1500. That's 30. So the question is, what fraction of total number of bottles sold at the store with TDS greater than or equal to 50 milligrams per liter have the TDS code or have the code TDS 4? So it says greater than or equal to. So how many of them have greater than or equal to 50 ml per liter? So this one is 50, greater than or equal to 50 ml per liter. So that's 83. This one is again greater than or equal to 50 ml per liter. That's 37. And of course, this one, which is 30. And they're asking you what fraction of total number of bottles sold at the store with TDS greater than or equal to 50 mg per liter have a TDS code of 4. So the number which has the TDS code 4 divided by the sum of all 3 of them. So this would be 30 divided by, so this is going to be 30 and divided by some of these numbers. So you want to do this in fractions, so we'll just add these numbers. So 30 plus 37 plus 83, and that gives you 150. So 30 divided by 150, 30 divided by 150 would be 1 over 5. So option B is the right answer. So 30 divided by all 3 of them, that gives you 130 over 150, which is 1 over 5. If you want to have a look at the solution, you see, all you have to do is just add, sorry, this is, hold on. Right. So what you'll have to do is just divide 30 by 150. And when you divide both of them by 30, you get 1/5. So option B is the right answer. All right, let's look at next question. This is question number 4. And it says, the table shows the percentage of nickel in 2 coins. So you see you have coin A and the weight is 6.5 grams and the percentage of nickel is 25%. And coin B, its weight is 5 grams and the percentage of nickel is 16%. If both the coins are made of only nickel and copper, so this coin A and coin B, they are made up of just nickel and copper. So what is the difference between the weight of copper present in coin B, the weight of copper present in coin B, and the weight of copper present in coin A? So first thing we need to do is find what is the weight of copper present in coin A, find what is the weight of copper present in coin B, and subtract them. So if 25% nickel is in coin A, that means 75% must be copper. So what we could do is we could find 75% of 6.5 grams. So 75% is 0.75. 0.75 multiplied by 6.5, and that gives you 4.875. So the amount of copper in coin A is 4.875. Let's try to find out the amount of copper in coin B. So the amount of copper in coin B would be, this would be 80, if this is 16%, 16% is nickel, then 84% is copper. So let's take 84% of 5. So 84% of 5 would be 0.84 multiplied by 5, and that gives you 4.2. The other one was 4.875. This is 4.2. So 4.875 minus 4.2, that would be 0.675. So your option D, 0.675, is the right option. If you wish to look at the solution, have a look here. So you see for coin A, it had 25% of nickel, so 75% copper. So 75 times 6.5, that gives you 4.875 grams of copper. For coin B, you have 16% nickel, so 84% is copper. So 84% multiplied by 5, that's 4.2. And then you just subtract them and you get 0.675. So option D is the right answer. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have fun solving UCAT quantitative reasoning problems.